Have you ever felt like life is pushing you down? Like the weight of your struggles is just too much to bear? Imagine standing before a mountain, a seemingly immovable, unshakable obstacle. What if I told you that with faith as small as a mustard seed, you could move that mountain? It sounds impossible, right? Well, that's exactly what Jesus said in Matthew 17:20. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you. Stick with me, because today, I'm not just going to tell you why this ancient wisdom still matters. I'm going to show you how it can transform your life, starting today. Meet Jason. At 27, his life felt like a constant uphill battle. His career was stuck, his relationships were strained, and every day seemed like a repeat of the last. Sound familiar? Jason wasn't just fighting external battles. He was wrestling with an inner voice that whispered, "You'll never make it." And that's the thing about life's mountains. They don't just block your path, they intimidate you. They shrink you. Jason tried everything: motivational books, morning routines, even those cold showers everyone's raving about. But nothing seemed to change. One evening, while scrolling through his phone, probably looking for an escape, he stumbled upon a simple verse: "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, nothing will be impossible for you." It was as if those words reached through the screen and grabbed him. But let's be real. How could something as intangible as faith change anything in his very real, very messy life? Well, here's where things get interesting. Jason decided to test it out, not in some grand, theatrical way, but in small, quiet moments. When doubt crept in, he whispered, "I believe things can change." When fear of failure struck, he pushed back with, "I have faith that this is temporary." Faith, it turns out, wasn't just a belief. It was a practice. He started applying for jobs again, this time without the weight of self-doubt. It was choosing to see the possibility beyond the problem. He reached out to old friends, choosing faith over the fear of rejection. And slowly, life began to shift. But let's pause here for a second. Do you think this is where Jason's story takes a perfect turn? Think again, because spoiler alert, faith isn't a magic wand. It's more like a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs resistance to grow. Have you ever had one of those days where you feel like a motivational quote is just mocking you? Believe in yourself, while everything feels like it's falling apart. Yeah, Jason had those days too. Just when things started to look up, Jason hit a wall. Rejection emails, misunderstandings with friends. It felt like life was pushing back, hard. This is the part of the story where most of us give up, where faith feels like foolishness. But remember that mustard seed? It's not powerful because it's big. It's powerful because it grows. Jason's faith wasn't about avoiding the storm, but learning to find shelter within it. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, he began to view them as tests, opportunities to strengthen his faith. And with every test, his faith grew, not just in himself, but in something greater. And that's when the breakthrough started to happen. One day, Jason got a call from a job he had applied to months ago, an opportunity, not just to work, but to lead. His relationship started healing, not because he had all the answers, but because he showed up with humility and hope. His life didn't just change, it transformed. But here's the twist. The mountain that moved wasn't just his circumstances, it was his mindset. The real mountain was the fear, the doubt, the "I'm not enough" narrative that had been holding him back for years. So what about you? What mountain are you facing today? Is it financial stress? A broken relationship? Maybe a dream that feels just out of reach? You don't need a perfect plan. You just need faith as small as a mustard seed. Start small. Speak life into your situation. Take one step, even if it's a baby step, toward that mountain. And if you're thinking, "I'm not sure I have that kind of faith," let me tell you this. Faith isn't about certainty. It's about courage. It's about believing in a better tomorrow, even when today feels heavy. So take that first step, because on the other side of that mountain is the life you've been praying for. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep moving mountains together. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and remember, with God, all things are possible. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep the faith, and we'll see you in the next video.